everybody? Welcome back for another episode of Star Wars Kehd. I'm Zach the Plants Guy, and really showing off his buckethead waist today is Sloth, the Bucket Guy.
What's going on, everyone?
Sloth, why are you wearing that today, bud?
Well, another big episode for us today, and I'm a big trooper guy myself, so just thought I'd start off the episode by wearing my fellow buckethead compadres.
Hey, very cool, very cool. That's right. We are talking about A New Hope today. And yeah, it's the first of the movies that ever really came out in 77. Could you imagine seeing that, Sloth? Imagine being
Yeah, pretty
there.
wild.
Holy crap. Seeing this guy barge through the door in the opening. We got two ships out in space. Flying around, doing things. We got the Rebel blockade runner, followed by an Imperial, what do we got there? The Star Destroyer there.
Exactly.
Scary stuff. So, kick us off, Sloth. How's it begin?
Well, first of all, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to kick off the show by taking
and that's how it
one of the
really
rips,
begins.
as per tradition. So
We missed
if you do
420
not
today,
mind-
but
sorry about that. A few technical hiccups.
yeah,
but
the Empire was shutting down our communications. We like to say around here. So we got him taking his rip here, but I'll start us off then. Blockade runner's being taken in by a tractor beam from the Star Destroyer itself. And on board this blockade runner is none other than a whole cast of characters that we've come to know and love, and a couple of new ones.
yeah, sort of like thrust us right into the action there. You got Vader and his fleet boarding the Alliance ship, trying to track down the princess.
So epic too, how the door explodes and all that happens. I mean, really cool stuff. I enjoyed that a lot. That entrance, the first one, being in theaters, that must have been electric.
Yeah, I bet it's probably confusing to some people why it's starting off that way, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, and why a robotic
future.
man is going through a doorway. I mean, that must have thrown everybody through a loop, especially with cinema, like how it was with all the gangster movies at the time and whatnot. So,
No, definitely.
yeah, having such a different thing, something for the nerds to look forward to. Us out there, the nerds, we are one of you. All right. So, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, Vader comes barging through. We get the princess. Who is this princess? Who is she?
She's a very attractive lady by the name of Leia Organa.
Yes, and the buns, and the hairstyle. So out there. So
They're very different. I guess not something you would see nowadays. But.
That's right. And then talking to our buddy, who we know from the first previous movies, R2-D2.
R2-D2, yes, and his best friend C-3PO.
Yeah, good to see them. R2 a little worse for wear. I mean,
Right, yeah.
Let's get a good look on the C-3PO you're holding there.
Yeah,
huh?
we could start off with that one. So.
Bada boom! Look at that, the Black Series.
Yep, here we have Star Wars Black Series by Hasbro.
That was a good find there. I'm trying to think, was that the one I found in the Walgreens
I think so,
for
yeah.
you? Yeah, I think it was. Check your Walgreens, people.
Yeah, tons of random locations you can find figures. Walgreens, Walmart, it's usually some places you wouldn't expect. So.
Your local comic shops, all of that. Black Series are everywhere. They're probably the most findable figure, I'd say. That and the other HasLabs ones. So yeah, C-3PO, great figure there. Love that one. Oops, sorry about that, folks. But yeah, really cool figure. We get the C-3PO. We get the R2-D2 encounter. Leia's telling him some important information, giving him plans about this big circular object we've seen in the prequels before. This big planet thing that we don't know what the hell it is. What's it gonna do? It sounds horrible.
Well, they do. I guess we don't actually see it in the prequels. They do mention it briefly there. You see Palp sort of scheming in these chambers there, looking at it on his monitor.
And the Geonosians, that's one thing that we really don't think of a lot. The Geonosians are just such incredible weapons builders that they're responsible for pretty much the damnation of the universe. So yeah, really cool stuff there. We see the plans being intercepted. We see Leia in a frenzy give them to R2-D2. R2-D2 is like, I'm out. I'm bouncing. It's time to go. I'm done here. So yeah, he goes right for the nearest escape pod. 3PO's like, I'm not going. No, you're crazy, bro. You're crazy. I'm not doing that. But let's get one more thing on the phone here if we can.
What are we putting it on?
These two here, our boys. They're making their escape right there. These are the hot toys here by, the first one by C-3PO, that's actually Sideshow. R2-D2's the hot toy there. We'll show some more of the R2-D2 in a little bit when we get further engaged. So, yep, they make their run for it. And they hop on the escape pod, and the cool part is I really like how they were like, oh yeah, well, don't fire on it. There's nothing inside of it, you know what I mean? Because yeah, it's just two fucking robots. So they don't fire on it. They take the princess hostage. A nice blast of electricity.
Yeah, she gets tormented pretty badly there by Vader and Tarkin.
Yeah, it gets ugly there, but yeah. So taking us to our next point, there, R2D2 and C-3PO land on a planet that we've seen before.
Yep, they land on Tatooine there. And so the R2 strays away from C-3PO and the sassy little droid that he is. And
I like that part a lot because C-3PO is just so full, just so done with R2's bullshit at that time that, yeah, he's just, I'm out. I'm peacing out on it. Like,
yeah,
so
it's a pretty funny moment. They try to sprinkle in that humor there.
Yeah, and of course C-3PO doesn't make it too far. He gets over like one dune, starts calling for help, and we never see him again until later on. R2 at least makes it a bit further. Makes it into like canyons, the canyons there with all the...
Yeah, he makes it to the canyons, and then was he greeted by some Jawas.
Some Jawas! The phone again! Boom!
These little guys right here.
These little guys, and it's so, dude, so creepy too. I don't know, can we get a zoom in on the eyes a little on that? They have these
not the best quality.
Yeah, not the best. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, if you can see, those are the 3.75s. I'm not sure where our roommate Chelsea got this Jawa from. I've been looking it up. If anybody has any answers, please write into the chat. It's a really weird Jawa that I haven't seen before. So, yep, they run into these little bastards. And yeah, they take R2.
Yeah, they take R2.
And it ends up, so they take him into this big like pyramid. I guess you call it like a big pyramid building vehicle.
Yeah,
I would
a big
say.
junker ship.
Yeah,
thing,
it's kind of cool.
Whatever
It's like
you
one of my
call
favorite designs for the ships too. It's like it's like a big square, looks like a pyramid on treads. It's like a big tank pretty much. Like, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, take him on there. R2's in there checking out the place, getting acquainted with his new like prison pretty much. And he runs into C-3PO again.
Mm-hmm.
They're joined, and then, where does this giant pyramid thing end up, Sloth?
So this actually ends up on the property of, what's their last name?
Owen and Lars. Oh, man, that's going to drive me nuts.
Yeah, I forget their last name, but I know it's Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
Yeah, Beru, you remembered
names,
the name, man. Well done, Aunt Beru.
So I know those, yep. So he ends up getting sold to Luke and his uncle.
But before, there was a really scary part there, and I totally forgot until our rewatch how sad it is watching R2. Because, they need the translator droid, obviously. And it's just so sad that, they take they take R2. I mean, they take C-3PO, but they leave R2 and go for the red astromech droid. And R2's like, Nayo, take me with you. But the astromech, thankfully, blows up. I guess it doesn't really blow up, kind of short circuits. And they go with R2 instead. And they're one big kind of happy family. It's nice. You get Luke, you get C-3PO, R2. And Luke gets to work on the droids. Starts giving C-3PO a bath. Little C-3PO bath there.
Yeah, I found that pretty funny because he gets an oil bath and then about a few minutes later in the episode, he's in the sand again. So.
Right? Pretty much all for naught. Anyways, while C-3PO's bathing, Luke is taking off the restraining, I think it was restraining bolts, right? The restraining bolt on R2-D2.
Yep.
And while he does that, he's looking at a message of our fair princess.
Yeah, let's get another.
No, not yet. It's not the time yet.
It's not the
Soon. I have a plan for that. Viewers, I have a plan for you. Keep watching. Anyways, so he's taking the restraining bolt off C-3PO, looking at the message, checking it out. They're learning a bit, and then she mentions a guy named Ben. And then Luke thinks, who the fuck is Ben? You know what I mean? This is Ben guy. You know, it sounds like I know a Ben. I think some.
Well,
crazy
they mentioned Kenobi, and that's the last name that he heard. He doesn't recognize Obi-Wan Kenobi, but he's heard of Ben Kenobi.
Old Ben Kenobi.
So he draws a little connection there. Maybe they're related.
Yeah, maybe. He didn't really give too much of a shit though. Oop, hold on one sec.
For what?
Oh, you're good.
Something happened.
Yep. There.
Ah.
How's that?
Were we not recording or
No,
something?
no, you're good.
Is it good on the board again?
You're just a little quiet. You're good
Is the board muted?
now. Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay. All right, sorry about that, folks. A little bit of a technical hiccup again on our end. Throw us some money and it might not happen. Anyway, so yeah, we were just talking about how R2, talking about the whole Ben Kenobi BS, you could say. And, ooh, yes, coming in hot real quick.
Oh, that's...
Like a TIE fighter.
There we go.
A quick blunt.
Comes in handy.
This is Play the Plants, folks. This will happen from time to time. A blunt could just end up in the shot, you know?
Much necessary.
Ooh, beautiful. Anyways, where was I? Oh, yes. A beautiful robot named R2-D2 talks about his mission and wants to get the hell out of there. So, knowing that Luke took the restraining bolt off him... Ooh, that was a great one. Anyways, knowing that Luke took the restraining bolt off him, he bolts out in the night like a dog who just couldn't be controlled and needed to find his past owner. So they wake up the next morning, C-3PO's like, oh, I don't know, bro. I've been hiding over here the whole time. I don't know where the hell that crazy astromech went. And, the next morning they take off, him and C-3PO, to go find R2-D2.
And what do they take off in?
Oh!
Yep. Saw it a little bit briefly.
Speeder.
Yeah, I saw in the background of the Jawas a little bit, but here...
These are pretty cool. You can find these cheap on eBay. They're only like $8 to $10.
Isn't that for that board game, I believe, or is that...
Let's see the back here. I'll tell you right now. Oh, yeah, it is for a board
it's
game.
for
Very
that
cool.
board game. I forget what it's called, but...
Man, yeah, I don't even know. It's probably an ancient board game at this point. Who knows if they even sell those anymore. You can find those on eBay, the Titanium series. Really cool. Oops, there you go. Anyway, so yeah, they take off in their crazy land speeder to go find R2-D2. And he pretty much ended up right back where he was again with the freaking Jawas, but this time...
Yeah, this time he's with the dirty old Tuskens.
No, the Tusken Raiders. Anybody who's watching The
Savages.
Mandalorian knows that the Tusken Raiders are quite characters. I mean, that's one thing that I liked about the new stuff. I don't know if anybody's been watching that lately, but Tuskens, yeah, they can be pretty brutal, unless I guess you get to know them.
Yeah, I guess they're not so mean as everyone thinks.
Yeah,
they have a nice side. They just don't want to be bothered.
So,
is what it comes down to.
But anyways, this time, they were bothered.
They were.
Luke ended up trying to shoot a couple of them. He gets in a tussle, gets knocked the heck out. And as he's getting dragged back and they're stripping the land speeder, R2's hiding out in the crevice, and we get to see something I totally forgot once again until our rewatch. Obi-Wan make a noise like I've never heard a being of that stature. He makes like probably the most horrifying noise I've ever heard, ever.
Well, living out in the desert all those years,
I guess he just
just
learned
got to
what
him.
terrifying noises are. So yeah, he just makes like this creepy noise. The Tuskens go running. He comes over. And he notices R2 and says, hello, little friend. And here's where we get a big talking point. We're going to put the story on hold here. If you've seen our prequel episodes, you'd know that Obi-Wan and R2-D2 have done many missions together. They were battle buddies, whatever the hell you want to call them. Sloth, why did Obi-Wan not notice who R2-D2 was?
That's
Was he
a great
hiding
question. It has to be. I mean, how else can you explain it?
What is going on? He even says to him, he's like, I don't remember having a droid, like, blah, blah, blah. You following this guy for, like, years, man. Like, R2-D2 is your boy. He saved you in the elevator when you were saving Palpatine. Pretty much your most, like, biggest moment.
Yeah.
Like...
I don't know. I guess there are a lot of astro droids that look like him.
Yeah,
but,
I guess, but I mean...
Still, you should know.
Yeah, so that's... I guess that was a little hard to convolute, too. I mean, they can't go back and make Alex McGinnis shoot the shot. He's long dead. Rest in peace to the great Obi-Wan. But anyways, so Obi-Wan says he'll be all right, blah, 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 blah. And they take Luke back to his place. And this is where they see the message. Sloth! The phone! Ba-boom! Now, here's the cool part here. So here's R2 displaying the message on Obi-Wan's table. Now, if you got the R2 Deluxe Hot Toy, it has this little fun accessory at the table here. And if you click this shit down, boom!
Yeah, lights up.
Lights up. How freaking cool is that, man? They knock these things out of the box over in Japan. So yeah, wicked cool figure. Leia's here describing how she needs help from Obi-Wan Kenobi, but trying to get the plans from the Death Star to the Alliance. Yada, yada, yada. All this insane stuff that needs to be told. We'll turn that off and go back to our normal cam. But anyways, I love that. I love that part so much. Such a cool, like, part of the figure. Anyways, you want to take us to our next
Yeah, and I
point,
guess
Salty?
Luke also learns a little more information about his father.
His Faja.
And that his Faja actually fought in the Clone Wars and was not what did he think his father was? Some kind of
Spice trader.
spice trader?
Yeah, I thought he was a spice, which is like, doesn't it? Why would Uncle Ben tell him that?
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, isn't that like worse?
And he also gets Anakin's old lightsaber.
Yeah, he does. Learns it, and then learned that Obi-Wan was a Jedi Knight too. So, and that his father
And
was
he is recruited by Obi-Wan.
into a mission to
Well, at
take
first he sort of refuses because he tries to pretend he has so much work to do on this moisture farm with his uncle, even though that's a bunch of BS. So.
Yeah, I mean, really, I bet you he definitely wanted to go. Well, you know what's interesting? Another part, I totally forgotten this. The Academy. I forgot the Academy is mentioned. I thought that was really cool.
True.
How Ben was, how Luke himself.
He
is
did
like,
have a plan.
He
at
wants
that
to
point.
go to the Academy. Look
Yeah.
at that. Now, here's the thing: was the Academy for the Imperial Academy though? Was that the one he was talking about? Because if so, why would Ben allow that? Because isn't Ben Ben knows the deal with the Jedi and like how they were all murdered?
Could have
and
been
blah,
for
blah,
the
blah.
Rebel Alliance, and they were pretty well established at that point. Maybe.
But how,
it
no,
was-
the rebels couldn't have an academy though. They'd be murdered. You know what I mean? They'd be slaughtered.
They
They're on the
could,
run
yeah.
at that point. So that's interesting. That's a good point to look in. Viewers, if you know anything about that, chime in because I'm pretty interested to know what the hell's happening with that. Anyways, so learns all that info about the Faja. Learns all that stuff. Learns that they got to get to. Where are they going? Where are they blowing? Where they the plan that they need to get to so bad? Alderaan.
Yes, indeed.
That's right, the plan of Alderaan. So the mission is to get there. Luke refusing, Ben convincing. They finally go and find, it's interesting though, they find the Jawa's thing destroyed. And then it hits Luke, oh crap.
Yeah, he realized they must have been tracked.
And where were they tracked to? But one place Luke doesn't want them to go at all. The farm.
Yeah, back to their home.
And that was pretty
Very, very,
gruesome.
very sad scene.
That was
You
sad.
kind of see the
Gruesome,
see the
too.
burnt up bodies.
Yeah,
And
like that was like another thing I totally forgot was just burnt bodies. Like
Yeah.
they literally show the skeletons of Uncle Ben and Aunt Beru.
Aunt Beru, yeah. And that was a turning point there for Luke. Nothing left for him at home.
No turning back. You gotta go. You gotta go join the Rebel Alliance.
And then him and Obi-Wan then adventure off towards the Mos Eisley next.
Yep, Mos Eisley, and they head into the scrappy city to go find the droids, and they take the land spear with them, of course.
Yep, and before entering the city, they're stopped by a bunch of sand troopers.
And to the phone.
We can get another phone up
Stop
close
by
here.
this guy. C-3PO, get out of the way.
C-3PO is always getting in the way of everything.
Anyways, but yeah, so they're stopped by these guys. They're mentioned about their info, who they are. Ben, using some straight up Jedi mind tricks, tells them these are not the droids you're looking for. You can go back so you have to hold that more slowly. These are not the droids you're looking for. Gets right into the mind of those easily mind-incepted stormtroopers there. And he convinces them that they're not the droids they're looking for and that they should be able to move on, I guess you could say. Is it down in the box there?
Oh, it's right here.
There we go.
This is,
it's got
this is what I meant.
there.
Yeah, that's what I meant to show. Didn't realize he was right in front of me.
Bada boom, rare
Here
one
we
here.
go. This is an old black series. I believe the year's on the back here. Yep, 2014.
Whew. How much are
Hasbro.
these going for online right now?
I believe I paid about $50 for this guy. It could be going for around there or maybe more at the
It's
time.
definitely going up because the blue and the orange line are definitely like creeping up right now again. So
Yeah.
that's a great figure you got there, man.
Yeah, they don't make
Really,
these
really
ones
cool.
anymore. I don't know if there are any troopers they produce.
I don't think I've
at
seen
the
one like
moment.
that. Yeah,
So-
not yet. Really cool. Digging that one, for sure. Yeah. Anyway, so they make it by the sand troopers, and they head to a bar. Obi-Wan, a bar? You're taking Luke to a bar? How could you do this? Anyways, they're looking for a way off the planet. So, and Obi-Wan, smart guy, been in bars a few times, if you know what I mean. Death sticks, if you know what death sticks.
Yeah, one wonders if he's messed around with them once or twice in his life. I wouldn't doubt it.
I think it'd be really cool in the new Kenobi show if he actually got into death sticks on Mos Eisley.
They have to have some sort of like free time to mess
Right.
around and have fun. It can't be all
Exactly.
serious business. so.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems like a serious cat, though.
True.
But anyway, so he goes to a bar. The Obi-Wan doing his thing, and while they're at the bar, Luke's just hanging, we notice Obi-Wan's talking to a giant furry thing that we'll get to in a sec. But yeah, as Luke's just hanging out and just enjoying the scenery, taking it all in, something comes over and pushes him real quick. And then pushes him again, and then says some more shit. And you're like, oh, what's up with this guy?
Yeah, very hideous creature. Not sure what it is.
He looks like he has testicles for a chin. I'll say it right now. Like, someone needs to say it. He has testicles for a chin. Lucas, crazy design choice. Love it. Anyways, testicles for a chin guy has a problem with him. Other guy with deformed face comes over to translate. And he tells him, yeah, hey, Luke, bud, he doesn't like you. And Luke's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna just
like, what did I
drink
do?
it,
You just been sitting there for all of 10 seconds.
And then deformed face guy has the gall to be like, oh yeah, I don't like you either. And then starts with him, starts like really about to pull the blaster on the boy and shoot him. And Obi-Wan just wow,
pulls a swift one, as we saw in Attack of the Clones too, when they were in another cantina.
Yep, the guy has been known to pull a swift one. Cuts his arm right off. Just phenomenal work there. Real proud of him for doing that because it needed to be done. And the best part is I love the bar, though, because, like, unlike the bar scene in Attack of the Clones, everybody in that bar was like, okay, anyway, that's cool.
It's like normal activity in the outer room.
Yeah, right? Don't mind him.
Nobody's shocked.
Just cut off a few arms. So, and then, yeah, we finally get back to who Obi-Wan's talking to. And quickly, one more time, to the phone.
Dun, 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 dun.
Bada boom! Chewbacca! He's talking to this furry friend of ours, who we've seen once, actually, in Revenge of the Sith, seeing Yoda off of Kashyyyk. That's right, him and his lover.
Brief appearance, Tarful. Yeah.
Tarful! Dude, if you have a name, people, if anybody has a Star Wars name that they need found out, Slothage Boy, all right? Good job there. That's the Hot Toys Chewbacca. It's going up in price.
Also, I do have another one as well.
I totally forgot you had that one. Hell yeah, to the phone again.
And here's
the Black Series Chewbacca. A little creepier than the other one, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely would not want to see that thing in a back alley or whatever. But
this thing's got some weight to it for only a 6-inch figure.
Right? How much are those going for right now?
This one's not bad. I think this is only $20-$30
That's
at most.
Good.
So it's pretty much retail price.
Find it before it goes up, folks, because they all are going up. Black Series is definitely here to stay. But anyways, and the Hot Toys one, I'd say probably goes for about $400 right now as well. So, and also I think they do the Chewie Han double pack. Who's Han? Chewie's friend, who we meet in the bar, the smooth-faced smuggler. Let's see, I think I got the picture. Actually, this is more of a Han Solo book here. You can find this done by Marvel. It's a bunch of tales of Han Solo around the time of this movie, and I think a little bit after too. Really cool book. Love that one a lot. Anyway.
Yeah, so Chewbacca leads Obi-Wan and Luke over to the table where Han Solo's sitting, and then he sort of goes over the game plan.
The business.
Han's all about money, so that's the first thing.
Yep, and they promise
First and only thing he cares about.
They promised him like 7 G's more than he wanted, too. Obi-Wan, that smooth shyster. I love him.
Well, they had to because they didn't have that much up front, so you got to sort of...
So they did the smart thing, too. They sold the land speeder, which I enjoyed.
They did.
Anyways, after they leave, everything's arranged. They go to the docking bay, 34, I want to say? Yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, docking bay 34. They do that, and then Han is stopped in the bar by your boy.
Yeah, on the way out, Han is stopped out by one of Jabba the Hutt's gangsters, Greedo.
Greedo, this turquoise-looking, like, anteater thing,
do you remember what kind of species he's supposed to be? I forget.
No, I don't.
I used to remember the name, but I forgot.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that one even escapes our boy Sloth, folks. We could use the look up at home if you're around. Anyways. So yeah, Greedo stops Han, tells him to sit his ass back down in the seat again, and they get to chatting, and then...
they sort of have a little epic showdown.
And we get the... So, here's a new thing that George Lucas started getting into a bit, which I thought was funny. The whole debate of who shot first with Han and Greedo got to the point where Disney had to put in a word so that Greedo shot first, and he yells McClunky.
Yeah.
It's the most ridiculous word they could have put in. So after a loud yelping of McClunky, Han shoots Greedo right in the freaking chest, and he's dead.
Well, if Greedo shoots first, how does he miss is the question. He's literally sitting feet away from him.
I don't know. Greedo apparently is not the greatest bounty hunter. That's for sure. He's no Mandalorian. So, yeah, looking more like a stormtrooper. Looking more like a buckethead.
Hey. That's not
But anyways, so.
Also, if anybody has the Black Series Cantina Showdown, let me know. I am in hunt for that one.
This guy wants that. That's going for like, whew.
I think it's about $100 at the moment.
It could go up. It could be even more right now.
But they're hard to find. They don't make them anymore. I believe that was like a Toys R Us or something.
Yeah, it was the Blue Series line too.
Yeah,
again, too. Like the Blue Series are escaping us. So yeah, if anybody's got that, hit up our boy, the Buccaneers boys at Sloth. So, yep, we finish our little cantina business, and we end up down in the docking bay, and we get to see our first look of CGI Jabba.
Yeah, they actually did a pretty good job for the time.
I think, and don't quote me on this, I'm pretty sure the Jabba may have been touched up. Like for the time, I think he went back and redid it again. Was like because they made a lot of like improvements to the movie over the years. I think it had like at least like 5 different cuts. So, anyways, yeah, meets Jabba. They're talking about all that business, and we get to see our first look of Boba Fett. That's right, the Fett stuff.
Yeah, they showed us squeeze him in there in like a short 2-second clip.
And that was the coolest thing because I bet you everybody in the movie theater was like, "Yo, who's that guy?" You know what I mean? He looks wicked cool. So.
I remember maybe some people have missed it because he was only
that is true.
There for 2 seconds. He doesn't speak or anything.
Right. So, after all that happens, they start readying the ship, and as they're getting everything ready to head out, some weird thing follows Ben and Luke to the bay, and
I was always curious if that was like an important person or someone that
it looked like a big bug. Like, it seems like Mos Eisley is just full of big, bad, disgusting bug things, I've noticed. So, this big caped bug thing leads a bunch of stormtroopers into the bay. And, they got to get the hell out of there. So,
narrowly escape.
In the Millennium Falcon. And so he made his call out on what I want. On what he wants, excuse me. This is what I want. If you're out there and you have one of these, please send it my way. The Legacy Millennium Falcon from 2011. This thing is beautiful. I'm looking for a mint. It's gotta be mint. You gotta have the box. Gotta have everything. Those are shooting around 500. You can find them loose for around 200. Usually beat up because they're old. But so that if anybody's got one of those, hit my line. Hit my line. But Millennium Falcon, the fastest ship in the galaxy, did the Kessel run in 12 parsecs, I believe.
Sounds about right.
Which none of you know what that means. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you, really. I mean, I know it's very fast. And he had to cut through, like, space-time and all this stuff and all this business. There's a movie about it.
Yeah, the Solo movie's kind of cool. You get to see that a little bit more and learn.
I like that. I thought that was
learn about Han's younger life.
And, like, he's played by Harrison Ford, so all the ladies were swooning over him and Mark Hamill, I'd say. So, they have to hop on there. They take off, and they start heading to Alderaan. And,
but they're being chased along the way before they eventually get into hyperspace.
Mm-hmm.
And they were sort of, I guess, predicted to end up there.
Yeah. So, it was. And
there's no surprise to anybody.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So... And next part.
But to their surprise, when they get there, Alderaan no longer exists.
It's just a bunch of rocks. It's literally just a bunch of rocks in space. Like, Han feels like he's flying into an asteroid belt. I like that part, too. I thought that was really, like, a cool scene.
General Tarkin used the Leia's home planet of Alderaan as sort of bait there.
That was really cool,
to try to give up the secret of their rebel base, and she does. But she's too naive. And
also, good on Leia for holding out on the probe bot. I was thinking about that during our rewatch again. Like, he sends this floating ball in there, Darth Vader, by the way.
I wish I brought my little Tarkin guy. It came with the probe thing.
The ball? Oh, I know. Okay, well, we'll show that again in another future episode of some sort. Maybe we'll show off during the Tarkin book series.
Could very well,
Very cool book about Tarkin has been written that you should check out. Anyways, so Governor Tarkin, or Moff Tarkin, excuse me, at this point, is leading Leia into the room to show us how, Alderaan's destroyed. She even tries to give up a fake planet. I would have felt bad to be the planet of Dantooine, you know what I mean? They probably ripped that place to bits. But, she doesn't give up the planet. They blow up Alderaan. It's the end of an era. Because if you watched our prequel series, Alderaan wasn't just like a normal planet like Tatooine or anything like that. This was one of the richest planets in the whole galaxy.
Yeah, that was a big
It didn't
hit.
have a standing army at the point. I mean, dude, it wasn't even just humans. Like, think of all the Gungans that died when that thing went up. You know what I mean? Like, all of Jar Jar's species is now gone. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, very, very sad moment there.
Yeah, that was hard to watch for sure. But as they're trying to escape the rocks and everything, they noticed a TIE fighter, and they try and explode the thing. I wish I had our big TIE fighter. I'm working on getting one of those right now. If people know what a TIE fighter is, it looks like 2 pieces of bread with a ball in the middle.
It's the only way to describe it.
Yes, exactly. Anyways, so yeah, they try and go after the TIE fighter. It's a futile effort because they start getting pulled into the orbit.
Yeah, they think it's some sort of giant moon or some other planet perhaps, but it's actually a giant space station as the Death Star.
Planned by the Geonosians. Like, that's the craziest thing. We finally get to see the Death Star, and it's just like, it's humongous. It is what Pogo the Lesser sent off to Dooku, to send to Emperor, to have be built. You know what I mean? Like, it was... This thing has been
The
planned.
plans we're unleashing as we speak, so...
I mean, the whole movie is based on the plans around this thing. Like, you know what I mean? This pretty much, I'd say 6/9 or, 2/3 of this whole freaking Star Wars thing has been about the plans for the Death Star and what the Death Star entails. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
wild stuff. This is big, folks. So they get pulled into this, and Obi-Wan has a plan. It's not always about fighting. It's about...
Well, at first Han wanted to go in guns blazing because that's
he
Han,
did.
and he
Of course
wants
he
to
did.
be Mr. Big Shot and impress all the ladies. And
Right, but dude,
try to
you're-
win over Princess Leia's heart.
You're going up against a planet, you know what I mean? Like, good stuff. Good luck there, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So yeah,
About
they
to
get...
face a whole Imperial fleet.
Yep.
So Obi-Wan smartly talks them out of it.
Exactly. And they go in, and they make the good move of hiding in the floorboards there, so that the stormtroopers can't find them on the first go around, and then they sneak out. Obi-Wan's got a plan to go find the tractor beam, and they also find out that Princess Leia's there. She's just hanging out in her cell.
Sort of by mistake. I guess they didn't intentionally plan on rescuing the princess, but they ended up there nonetheless. And
And found out she's in the detention ward. So they split up. Obi-Wan says his goodbyes, and I think Luke kind of had a feeling that it was going to be his final goodbye to Obi-Wan. The way Obi-Wan was talking to him too, this is my destiny, and your destiny is different than mine, and blah blah blah. So yeah, Obi-Wan just takes off down the hallway. They're hanging out in the surveillance room. They leave C-3PO and R2 up in the surveillance room, and they start making their way towards the detention center with Chewie. And they do a smart tactic, using Chewie as bait. Putting the cuffs on.
they pretend him to be a prisoner.
Luke attempts to put the cuffs on Chewie. Chewie not having it, just not a fan. Han has to do it. So
And I got another Black
Ooh.
Series here to show you guys.
very
This is
cool.
the Han Solo in the Stormtrooper uniform.
Another blue series. Yep.
Another
It's-
oldie.
How much?
These ones aren't too expensive. I got this one opened actually, so it was only like $20 or something.
Nice.
But I think the max I've seen it go for is 30, 40.
That's
so.
not bad. So it's
Yeah.
an affordable figure there. Very
But it's cool, very cool.
Yeah, I like that. I like the armor. The head sculpt looks
A
really
little
nice
derpy.
too.
You can tell it's an older figure. I wish the phone quality is a little better, but still, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I can
Still cool.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. So yeah. So they put on some stormtrooper outfits and lead Chewie down to the detention ward.
Yeah, then the kind of caused some chaos from that point.
Oh yeah.
Their cover's blown, and
And they just start wreaking havoc. The best is when Chewie with the rifle just starts shooting around while yelling, and I thought that was a very hilarious visual.
yeah, Chewie just goes ape shit.
Yeah, that was fun times. And but yeah, while they're kind of messing around with the security, Luke goes down, tries to spring Leia. Leia's sitting there all provocatively, like, "Hey, you're small for a stormtrooper." And then Luke's all like, "No, no, no."
Why was she sitting like that? Was
Yeah, that
she about
was-
to
Yeah, I know. She's trying to
try to
seduce
seduce someone to get out of the situation?
Could be. Smart gal. Anyways.
Jeez.
So yeah, they try and take her out. The stormtroopers end up coming down. They Leia makes a crazy move, shoots out a vent, and then down to the trash compactor they go.
Yep.
Much to Chewie's behest, because he can smell. I was thinking about that while we were watching again. Chewie can smell that trash compactor from up there because his nose is so much better than theirs. And he's like, dude, I don't want to go in there.
Yeah, that was a funny scene.
It's gonna smell
Han has
awful.
to shove him down the
Oh,
vent.
yeah. Yeah, he's like literally shoving a giant fur ball down the freaking trash chute. So, and down they go into this disgusting pit where it's full of like metal and swampy stuff, and they're all sitting there and just not having a good time. And then Luke gets something going up against his leg, and they're like, what the hell's that? And it's a hideous, like, eel creature.
Yeah, how is a creature surviving in a spaceship like this?
We
is the
want
question.
answers to that, folks.
Like, where does it go when the
Yes.
walls are pushed in?
I was thinking that. Is it just really deep? Does he, like, do they have a snake pit? Do they allow the snake out to go and mess with people in the trash compactor? I don't know. But, yeah, so anyways,
Very strange.
the compactor walls start closing after Luke has his battle with the eels, and they start calling the C-3PO frantically. C-3PO has to hide at the time because they're trying to, the stormtroopers have gotten into the security room. And he pretty much saves their life at the last second.
Yeah,
there.
pretty witty moves there by the droids.
Yeah, I like the move, too, that they put in there where they're all yelling and congratulating each other, and C-3PO's like, they're dying!
They're dying.
Too. They're dying! Which I thought was kind of funny, so... Yeah, they get done with that, and then they escape outwards that way. Meanwhile, Beneth Kenobith is making his way down to the laser room. And we're going to get another shot of the phone. This thing is sweet. This is so cool, folks. Check this out. SH Figuarts. Old Ben. This thing's rare. It's definitely one of the coolest sculpts they have. This is made straight up in Japan. Don't quote me on this. I think some of the face sculpts are even done by hand. So, I don't know. What are these? Are these going for at least 100, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
I got mine at a good deal because I was bidding on them, and
Nice.
Yeah,
I'd
some
I'd
guy-
say 100 to 120 maybe even on this right now. So, a great figure. I love this one. The box. Show them the side of the box. Like, look how fat boy box
yeah,
this
the
is.
sides are very well done.
Oof. Yeah, such a good figure. Such a cool thing. You can see the background of the Death Star there.
I like how they call him Ben Kenobi, too, and not
Right.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, old Ben.
'Cause
That's old Ben, man.
Yeah, that's how he was known as in the movie.
Wicked cool. Love that figure.
And his eyes are kind of shut there. It's hard to see, but
Love that. So yeah, while they're getting their trash compactor shit together, I guess you could say, Ben's down the tractor beam room trying to deactivate the tractor beam so they can make their escape. And while that's going on, he's got it tucked away against the troopers. He's pretty much just like the master of stealth. I guess you could say he's like it's like Solid Snake, but in Jedi robes.
pretty much.
And bam, he's able to deactivate the tractor beam. There's a really cool sideshow statue out there. If anybody has that, it's him deactivating it. Slot doesn't think that's that cool. I do, but that's all right. Anyways.
Well, the cooler one is the duel with Vader,
Oh, don't
which
start
is
with me.
coming
Don't
up
start
here,
with that.
so.
If you got the time, Google Polystone sideshow dioramas. They're so cool.
You'll spend all your money.
Yep, you will. And you'll probably spend some of my money. Anyways, so Ben deactivates the tractor beam. They get out of the trash thing. They start making their way out, their escape, if you will. And the escape is thwarted in two ways, which I thought was really funny. They show up on a bunch of troopers. Han starts yelling and shooting, and the stormtroopers just start running, like 6 of them. And he starts running after them with Chewbacca in tow. And as he rounds the corner, you just see a whole cast of stormtroopers there, and he's like, "Oh crap!" Starts running back the other way, and Chewbacca is like, "Oh crap!" They have to turn around and start running. Meanwhile, Luke and Leia split their own way, and end up at like a bridge part. There's a weird, awkward kiss on the cheek.
Yeah,
They do like a
for luck.
Luke ends up being a cowboy and like getting all this stuff, swinging across, blah blah blah. So yeah, they make their escape pretty much is what I'm saying, and they get down to the Falcon. Meanwhile, Ben Kenobi is getting back from the tractor beam, and he runs into his old buddy, Darth Vader. Now at this point, we're gonna switch to the phone. We got a couple of Vaders to show off to you here. This is the Vader pause button has been hit, if you will, and you will. All right, let's get the phone up. Boom.
So here we have 2 different Vaders. This is the first one I'm going to show you guys. The older one, I believe, from the blue line, about 2013, 2014.
Wicked cool, man. I love that figure. How much you shoot? How much you range those at right now?
Ooh, that one's actually more expensive than the current Black Series one. This one, I believe, is going like $70 or $80.
Nice, that's
somewhere
up there, then.
around there.
It'll be at 100 probably by the end of the year.
I
feel
like this one too. The eyes are kind of reddish. It's hard to say,
cool.
but this is very, very detailed and very well done.
Yeah, they killed that. Knocked that one out of the park.
This was similar time frame, but this was a different Black Series wave. From A New Hope. Whoop. There we go.
Really cool. And then they also have the newest Vader out too in the blue box, I believe, right?
Yes.
For the Black Series?
That's the Empire Strikes Back one, which I will be showing you guys next week.
Really cool. And let's get a shot on the 3.75 as well. If you
even
don't want to
better.
spend that much money, you can probably find a nice 3.75 for like $10 online. So, and oh wow, and one more. Hold on, time out here.
Big Fig Day. Big Fig Day.
Big Fig Day. Hey, let's get a turn.
Can't go wrong here.
Look at this guy. This is our roommate Chelsea. This big Vader here. I love him. Hey, buddy.
He's a handsome fella.
Right? Choking out, probably choking Wedge Antilles out at that point. Luke's buddy pilot there, who ends up being unfortunately forced into running into Vader. Really cool. So, yep. Anyways, and they have their epic battle.
Pretty quick, actually not too epic in the grand scheme of things. Obi-Wan just
Yeah,
sort
it
of,
really wasn't that epic. I'm sorry.
he lets Vader kill him because he knows it'll help Luke in the long run.
Was really cool though. I gotta say, I liked the move where he did the standing blade, like almost like the whole like, all right, just murder me thing. You know what I mean? Like, and that is just like that is the ultimate attunement to the Force. Unlike Qui-Gon and Yoda, who like died and like didn't immediately get it. Obi-Wan, by sacrificing himself like that, I feel like was able to immediately talk to Luke through the Force because he tells Luke to run when he's down at the bottom of the ramp. It's like that was all of 10
That's
seconds.
why he said to Vader he'd be stronger if he struck him down.
So cool, like such a cool line. So yeah, they hop aboard the Millennium Falcon, take off, shut the door on Vader with a blast. Thought that was really cool too, and yeah, they make their escape to go back to. What is it? Yavin 4?
Yavin 5. 4 or 5.
I think it's either 4 or 5. Chime in, people, if you know. Yeah, Yavin 4. I'm going to go with Yavin 4. That sounds better to me. It's a jungle-like planet. It almost looks like it's like Machu Picchu, I would say. And yeah, in there they have like
giant pyramid.
Yeah, like big pyramids. It looks like it's almost like it's like an airport in a pyramid, I would say almost. And yeah, there they start planning their attack because now with the plans in R2-D2 that they have, they can start planning their attack on the Death Star. And they find out that it has a weakness, which at the time I thought was insane. That there's a small like
Yeah, a very small little...
Like a 2-foot port or a 2-meter port or something like that.
Small little entrance there where if they got a blast in, that would blow up the whole station.
Yeah, which I thought was like, wow, that's convenient. But if you watch the movie Rogue One, we'll be going over at one point. It actually explains. Very good movie. I won't say any too much spoilers because I've already said enough. But it explains really why that is in those plans. And it's really cool. I love that movie so much. Rogue One. We'll be going over that for sure. But anyways, so yeah, they get the Death Star plans and they plan to make a run on it before any other plans get destroyed, I guess you could say. So. They get a host of Y-Wings and X-Wings. And if we can go to the phone one more time, Sloth. Bada boom, X-Wing. This thing is freaking humongous. We were going to try and hang it today. But, yeah, I just figured I actually kind of like it down there. Because, like, with the hanging plant and everything, it almost looks like it's in the Yavin 4 base. So, yeah, they take a host of these things and they start their attack on the Death Star. But yeah, anyways, so they start making their run on the Death Star. Everybody's hanging in there. Han beforehand's all like, nah, I'm not going. I just want my money. I'll talk to you at some point.
Han and Chewie sort of peace out there for a little bit. And
it's funny though. You can even tell like right there. I'm pretty sure Chewie's already like talking Han's ear off. Like, nah, bro, we should help. You know what I mean? It was definitely Han's decision to leave, not Chewie. We see you, Chewie.
Good dude right there.
Yeah, good Wookiee.
Chewith.
So anyways, yeah. So they bounce. Everybody starts making their way towards the attack. Leia's hanging out still at Yavin. In the meanwhile, the Empire has found out that they're at Yavin, so the Death Star has made its way there, and it's going around one of the moons of Yavin, and I think they have at least a 10-minute ticker to blow this planet up before it blows up the planet Yavin, before it blows up Yavin 4. So there's a lot of suspense. Let's just say that. But if you go back and watch the behind the scenes, so the attack on the Death Star was made not with CGI, but with actual, real, physical props, and which is like really, really cool. That's why I recommend the behind the scenes. So they were actually using like small, like canals with like shooting equipment, shooting down on the canal so they could get the shots of the Death Star, and them making their run on it. And we see a bunch of Luke's friends get blown up. The Porkster, remember Porkster?
Oh yeah.
What was up with that? Why did they have a fat guy named Porkster?
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, that was a little much. Anyways, poor Pork.
How times have changed.
Right? Poor Porkster. He gets blown up. Rest in peace, Porkster. But
yeah,
anyway.
yeah, they have a little struggle there with some of the ties
Right.
for a while.
I also forgot, again, in the rewatch, so cool, that the head commander guy who asked Luke if he was ready when he was talking to when he was talking to Wedge, he gets a shot off on that port and misses, which I thought was a huge thing, because it's like, oh, it's not that easy to hit. Okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm glad that it's not that easy to hit. That makes it at least a little bit more realistic. So that when Luke does make the run, like, he makes his run, Red 4 going in hot. Speaking of Red 4 going in hot, Red 5 reporting for duty here. Anyways, so yeah, they're wearing the helmets. They're going in hot. They're using their tracking computers, trying to make the shot. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Anyways, Vader is just like, oh, I can't put up with this.
Yeah, Vader is in pursuit of them also. Let's get another close-up here on the phone.
Bada boom, in his specialized
This
TIE
is Vader's
fighter.
own specialized TIE. This is actually Kenner from 1978. This was made, I think, a year, maybe less than a year after that movie came out.
I'd tell you come up with a price sloth, but I don't even know what the hell that would even go for.
I don't know what it goes for
vintage,
either.
Baby. You know what I mean? That's a good figure right there. A good vehicle, should I say. So, yeah. Anyways, Darth Vader hops in his TIE. The reason for that, I know a lot of people could be asking why did they not do that? Why didn't you just blow all these things out of the sky? Is because they went in X-Wings and Y-Wings. They were so small that the Death Star had a problem tracking them and trying to actually shoot them, so they scrambled TIE fighters, blah, blah, blah. That's why Vader hops in his TIE. So, as Luke's making his run, he's flying in, X-Wing, we showed you that. He's making his run on the final thing. Vader on his ass, shooting at all his friends. He's about to shoot his down. He's about to make it to that hole. And then out of nowhere, as Vader has him tracked, yahoo!
Yep.
In comes Han Solo
Thank God.
to blast Vader and friends out of the sky. Luke's able to make the shot. Death Star explodes. Huge celebration back on Yavin. Everybody's pumped. Everybody's ripping off the helmets. They're all stoked. They're all happy to be alive. And yeah, it's a big jubilee. And then end up at a ceremony there. And here's where I'm going to end with a big talking point. Why didn't Chewie get a medal? Why didn't Chewie get a medal? Han and Luke got medals. Why didn't Chewie get a medal? He was there. Wookiees are people too. They're furry people that deserve medals. So, yeah, kind of slighted there. Big smile, everyone turns around. Bam, roll credits. John Williams, incredible score. So, if you're still with us now, if you stayed till the end to hear about this crazy stuff, just know it was a hell of a time. And people in the theaters back then must have just been wowed. I mean, that standing ovations, everybody just amazed with what they saw. 1977 must have been a time, you know? So, and that concludes it. That's the end of what we do and what we've done here for A New Hope.
Yeah, I think so.
We hope to be back for next week for the Empire Strikes Back. We're going to try and Empire Strike Back with you all. So tune in next week for that. And tune in Thursday. We'll have probably our last Thursday Holophone Jam for a while. So hopefully you guys can tune in for that. And then Sunday, Stone the Druggist will be playing here at the Play of the Plant studio. And that will be a nice time. They've been here for a rehearsal. We loved hearing them. And we're pumped to see them again. Tune in. If you'd like to donate to our Patreon, it's on the website, www.playoftheplants.live. That's probably how you found us today, I hope. And stay planted, stay baked, man. Keep watching Star Wars. We got so many good things coming up. We got the Bad Batch, Kenobi, all these new shows, movies. We're gonna keep talking about all of it. We love you all. May the Force be with you, and yeah, stay planted.